Uh, we live here. We're live here on Rat Pack Sports Show. We're on the video feed, live action here. We're streaming on Rat Pack Sports on Facebook, Rat Pack Sports on YouTube, Rat Pack Sports Show on Twitch, and my personal Facebook page. And we're also streaming on Bucks Life. We're not on Twitter tonight. Um, got enough streams going, so we're just chilling like it is. But where I was at, uh, yes, talking about the Tampa Bay Lightning injury situation. So, like I was saying, a lot of these guys will just be getting over these going in the training camp in mid September. And for the Lightning, this is 3 years now. They've played in the Stanley Cup Finals, and they've had the shortest offseason than anybody. They've played the most postseason games than anybody, and by far in the last 3 seasons. And it's there was a few there was a few games in these playoffs where I was actually watching this team and I was like, man, we just don't look right. We look slow. We just don't, we don't look like we have anything left. Like I was really saying that because that's what it looked like. Well, now I know why it looked like that. You know, some of the dudes that I was like, man, what is going on? Now you see what's going on. So the Avs, they won. They beat us. But we weren't at full strength, and they didn't play the best Tampa Bay Lightning squad. They didn't play us at our best. Just put it that way. And the Avs are nice. They got a great team. They're very young, so we'll see them again. I fully believe 100% that the Lightning run is not over. We're not old, but we're not young. We're at that like fine line where we're right in the middle from a age standpoint. So, and we have one of the best minors in all of hockey. So, I mean, the window isn't closed. All of our core guys are still here. I'm pretty sure they'll find a way to re-sign Palat. He's a major piece in all this. Major piece in all this. So yeah, so I think they'll be back. Maybe not. Um, and well, I'd say maybe not, but maybe they may play in multiple Stanley Cup Finals in the next coming years. You talk about an organization here in Florida that years ago, when the NHL granted us a team, there was a lot of haters out there, man. There was a lot of haters out there that didn't agree with why the NHL awarded Florida not one, but two NHL franchises. Um, Panthers have had a good run. They've been good at times, but the Tampa Bay Lightning has been great for a long time. And there was in the middle, we had a Tampa Bay Buccaneer moment in the middle where we we had Oren Coolis as our owner, and that dude there was we had a great team when they took over. When Oren Coolis and I forget the other guy name, we had a great team then. We were just coming off of our 2004 Stanley Cup run under Bill Davison, who was our owner at that time. And then they came in, and the Keystone Cops, they come in They flipped this franchise upside down. I mean, they made some questionable moves. They ended up
Questionable.
trading away
Questionable.
Vinny LeCavier. They traded him. They got rid of Brad Richards. I mean, they moved on from
Oh, oh,
Nikolai Hobby
hold
Bullen.
on.
I mean,
Debo.
what?
Derek.
What?
Derek. No. That questionable.
Well, okay.
Questionable.
Terrible moves. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Terrible,
Thank
terrible
you.
moves. And I was like, what are these dudes doing? We literally just won the Stanley Cup like a year ago, and then they just gutted the team for no reason. No reason. I mean, yeah. Oh, you know what? I know what else had an impact because after the 2004 Cup win is when they had the lockout. They had the lockout, and we was like, man, we're gonna repeat because everybody was coming back. So we around here, we getting ready, to go back and repeat. We got the Bullen Wall. I mean, everybody coming back. They locked out when they negotiated coming back from that lockout. They came in with a salary cap, and the salary cap ceiling was so low we had to offload some people. Now, I don't think we had to get rid of Vinny LeCavier. I don't think we had to. He would have been fine with renegotiating and probably staying here for a little bit less money. They never went to him.
He would
They never went
he
to
would have
him.
been the first person that I would have went to and said, "Hey, look,
Yeah,
what can we do?"
they never went to him. They just got rid of him, traded him to the Flyers, and that was terrible. Or maybe it wasn't released, but all I know is he did end up going to Philadelphia, and it wasn't good there in Philadelphia for Le Cavier, and he ended up getting traded from Philadelphia to the L.A. Kings. The second, the second they trade him to the L.A. Kings, they put him back at his regular position which is center. The Flyers had him playing on the wing. I don't know why. Don't know why. But they had him playing on the wing. He go to the you know, he go to the Kings. They put him back at center, and the the Kings they go on this crazy run. They make the playoffs and get all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals and eventually lose. But yeah, those guys they gutted our team, and we was ready to repeat. We was ready to repeat. I'll be on record for that. And then we come back out of that, and the team obviously looked totally different because the NHL instituted that salary cap, and when they instituted that salary cap, we had to make some decisions. So, but other than that time period, which was about maybe 4 or 5 years, maybe six. There was bad. It was some bad hockey being played in between there because of all that. Then they turn around and they bring in these same owners. They turn around and they bring in Barry Melrose as the uh the head coach, and that didn't last long because dude might have made it maybe a month, and they fired him. And then some of the stories that was coming out, every time I see Melrose on ESPN, that's all I can think about is the dude. This his short tenure as a Lightning head coach, and a lot of people thought it was a good move. I mean, Melrose is that man resume speaks for itself. So, we brought him in. We thought we figured by his resume that we were getting somebody that was well qualified for the job, and this dude was not prepared. Um, that season, the Lightning went overseas for a preseason game, and they weren't even practicing. I mean, it was bad. It was bad. They had a practice. Bear Melrose. I'm gonna have to look this up before I confirm it. I don't want to be putting out uh bad information. So let me see. But I thought the stories that I heard, because at the time one of our local radio hosts who is no longer with us, Mr. Big Dog Steve Dumit, he had he I listened to him religiously every single day, uh, up until the time he had a situation where he could no longer broadcast, and I don't listen to the local radio like that anymore. There's nobody um, even on that level. So sports radio here locally took a hit that day. But there's a few that I still like, but I don't listen like that. I still listen from time to time. But he uh Steve Duman had some sources. When you're in the market as long as you have, and you do a great job at not revealing your sources and not giving too much information on things, you build relationships, you have sources. So he had some sources on the inside that were kind of bringing him back different information. He never really got into it on the air, um, but he would throw out certain hints on stuff. He was real good at that. And then when Melrose got fired, then that's when a lot of the stuff came out. So I just want to confirm what I'm about to say before I say it, because I don't want to just be you know throwing out stuff. So Barry Melrose lasted 16 games with the Tampa Bay Lightning. Um I'm going to explain here what actually happened. So, and this was in Stamkos' early years too. Yeah, and that was another thing that I think kind of uh hurt him as the Lightning head coach, because we had just drafted Stamkos, and he wasn't, the way he was coming about bringing along Stamkos from a developmental standpoint wasn't really falling in line with what the ownership um was saying. So I'm going to see if I can find a few things here. Um this is a long time ago. When was this? I just want to go down to the bottom of this article and see. Let's see, it's 2022, so 2008. No, was it that long ago? Yeah, because I mean, Stamkos is what,
Mm-hmm.
14 years in the league now, 12 or 14 years in the league. Yeah,
Something like that.
2008. Man.
8.
Okay, so young Steven, and by the way, the Lightning uniforms back then, loved them. Loved them. They look good now, they're clean, but when I see them, I think about the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's the only thing I can think about when I see see our new uniforms. It's the Maple Leafs. So all right, so let's see. Let me see if I can find. Oh, okay. Bear Melrose, at the time, head coach of the Tampa Bay Lightning, came out, and this is again high draft pick. It's gonna be the man of the franchise. Here we go. Oren Coolis, Lynn Berry. That's the other guy name that I couldn't remember. Let me see if I can start. Let me see where I can start. Okay, so Melrose on his way out the door, burned a lot of bridges on the way out. He took shots at the owners. He said, and the owners were trying to tell him who to play. The players were going to the owners to complain about Melrose. I'm telling you, this thing was bad. And Melrose was calling the players soft. And this is just a little commented thing here for the article that I'm reading. But it says there wasn't enough hair gel in the locker room. Anybody that you see Jet Melrose on TV, this man always got his hair slicked back. I mean, I've never seen his hair not slicked back. The best gel in the world. So Melrose threw the entire team under the bus. Then he said Stamkos is not ready for the NHL. That was when he said that, I think that was when the ownership was like, okay, we brought you here to get this man ready and to lead our franchise, and you're going in front of the media saying that he's not ready for the NHL. So let's see. Let's see here. I'm going down this. So needless to say, I mean, he was just 18. And at 18, you're playing hockey, you're still growing, your body still is physically developing. Maybe he wasn't so much ready, but you can't say that about your number one. Well, I don't think he was a number one draft pick, but he was a high first round pick. And he did say, though, he's going to be a very good player. Right now, he's just not strong enough to play against defensemen who are 6'3" or 6'4" that skate just as good as him. That's not necessarily wrong of him. I just don't think you publicly say that. And I think that's where he, made his mistake. You say that behind closed doors. You tell Stamkos that to personally, but you let him. Obviously, this dude ain't going down to the minors, so you gotta let him work all that out in the big leagues. And this is his rookie year. And after Melrose was fired, Rick Tocchet, I actually like Rick Tocchet as a coach. And he benched Stamkos 2 times that season because he thought he needed to be stronger. And he did a lot to build his leg strength. And that's okay. That's okay. But he wasn't ready. I think he took the job expecting it to be one way, and it ended up being another way. And Like again, I heard some rumors and stuff about what happened when they was, you know, on the preseason trip over in Europe, and I think that's kind of when things start to fall um over. I think that's when things started kind of get a little different. And reading another article here, it says I think Melrose is out. He was out for a while, and between his last two coaching gigs, he went 15 years, and the game changed a lot. I figured by him, being a commentator for ESPN and staying in tune with the game, that it wouldn't be a problem for him coming back and adjusting to hockey. But apparently, it was a little bit um, different. But a lot of people weren't so fond of his hire. A lot of people weren't so fond of his hire, and I think because Oren Coolidge and Lynn Barry, if you guys don't know the history behind Oren Coolidge and Lynn Barry, uh, Oren Coolidge and Lynn Barry at one point before becoming owners of the Lightning, if you guys remember the big time series in Hollywood, the Saw series, they were part of, like, I don't know if they're the newer ones, but I know Saw 1, 2, and maybe Saw 3. They were they were I'm not gonna say not, but well, they were part of the production crew. They were the producers behind those films. So you get two coaches that's Hollywood take over a franchise, and I think this is what happened. They took over a franchise, and they wanted to make that splash head coaching hire. So who better to go and get than a guy like a Barry Melrose? Everybody knows him around the hockey world, and they wanted to make a splash. Well, it didn't work. Obviously, I mean, Melrose wasn't here. He's not here. He didn't last but 16 games, but he wasn't ready. And there was a lot that going wrong between the Stamkos situation, and then there's a lot of other things that happened. And I'm gonna just read a few things here from this article I'm reading. It's an old article, but I'm reading it from CBSSports.com. Brian Stubbits. Want to make sure I give him credit on that because this is not my article. So, but he came out later on and kind of explained things. So I'm gonna read, his explanation of things and what he thought. So this is Bear Melrose words in the article. He says, having players friendly with the owners is an unhealthy situation that upsets the chemistry in the dressing room. Maybe you aren't that friendly with the star who is having dinner regularly with the owner. Couldn't have been Stamkos because he was too young. Could have been that. Maybe he's talking about Vinny, maybe Marty, something like that. He said maybe you start to think he might be throwing you under the bus at those dinners. See, now you get where he's going. He's already thinking that there's a feud. And if you feeling that way, you obviously thought in the back of your mind that maybe you wasn't doing a good job if you worried about the players, uh, ratting you out at dinner with the owner. So he's already in the wrong mindset right there. Um, then it says Tampa Bay was an impossible scenario for a coach. The players knew it. Was it the players knew it was a screwed up situation, and I knew it was a screwed up situation. The owners knew it wasn't going to change, and I knew they weren't going to change. After a short period of time, they decide I wasn't the type of guy they wanted to run their team. I think they consulted with the players. The players didn't really like the way I was doing things either, so it was an easy thing for them to let him go. It was a great thing for them to let you go. Uh, then he says, players today are very powerful. When I coached the LA Kings in 1993, oh my gosh, there was one millionaire on the team. Tampa Bay in 2008, there was only one guy on the team who wasn't a millionaire. That's just the difference in the revenue. I mean, that's all that is. You say you can't have it both ways as a coach. You can't be a disciplinarian and a buddy. You can't be disciplining guys, trying to convince them to do what you want and then have them out socializing with the owners. He's back to that owner stuff. My termination was the right call because I wasn't going to work. It wasn't going to work, and everyone can see that. Of course. Like I said, I remember listening to Steve Dumas back then when all this was going on. And yeah, man, it was a mess. It was a mess. But from that, again, me bringing that up was just talking about the duration of years, like the Tampa Bay Lightning being on this run. A lot of people say that in order to be a dynasty, you have to win. You have to win multiple titles, and usually it's at 3 titles, right? 3 titles in a row, you're a dynasty, or 3 in 4 years, or you look at the New England Patriots or whatnot. They're a dynasty. I like to bring it to people's attention from the Tampa Bay Lightning standpoint. If we look at the Tampa Bay Lightning, Boss Hog, I don't know what's going on with your thing, but we getting a lot of static from your end, brother. He can't even hear us. Okay, so I'm gonna go and we're gonna take a real quick look at the Tampa Bay Lightning last. Let's see. Actually, it's probably be easier to go to here. Yeah, we'll just go. We'll just go here because I can look up their record a lot easier. Just going back. So let's see, 2000. Let's go back to 2015. 2015. Where's the playoffs? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Actually, no, I need to go somewhere else because I want to make sure I got the right numbers in front of me to make the point that I am trying to make here. So let's go. Stamkos and Hedman area started in 2013. All right, so let's just go. All right, so I'm gonna start here because this seems to be where um we've been pretty good as a franchise. Well, what I wanted to do is look at their records over that time and um okay, so yeah, let's go 2017. That's about the time where I wanted to go at anyway. So 2017, The Tampa Bay Lightning was in the conference finals. No, I need to go back further than that because there's a few. Actually, yeah, I do need to go back further than that because there's a few seasons before that where we were. All right, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so 2014 is about when we kind of started our run. Yeah, we started our run here. So it's 2022. That's a long time. It's a long time. So 2014, um, we lost in the first round, got swept by the Montreal Canadiens. Um, we finished that season with 101 points. And the next season after that, we went to the Stanley Cup Finals, and this one here hurt. This one here hurt, man. Um, I remember watching that whole run, but 2014, 2015 season, we had 108 points, and we went all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals. So that's one Stanley Cup Finals right there. One. Um, and then um, we lost to the Blackhawks 4-2, and the Blackhawks were just more experienced. I didn't think they was that much better than us, but they were that was on the backside of their run because the Blackhawks went on a run for a little minute too. And I think they went back to back Stanley Cups. Or maybe even back to back at that point. So we lost to the Blackhawks. 2014, 2015, we come back. We lose in the conference finals to the Penguins. That one there hurt. That was that game 7. We lose 1-0 in that game 7. So in 3 years, you have a uh, loss in the first round, a Stanley Cup Finals appearance, and then a conference finals appearance. In 2017, we didn't qualify for the playoffs due to I think it was like maybe a couple points shy of making it that year. So we didn't get in. 2017-18 season, we get back to the conference finals. We lose to the Washington Capitals. That was the year that they won it. So that's 3 out of 5 years right there. Well, no, that's one. Yeah, 3 out of 5 years you're in the Stanley Cup Finals, Conference Finals. 2018, 2019, the heartbreaker. We 128 points. We're coming through this league in the regular season like a buzzsaw, and bam, we get into the playoffs. Freaking John Tortorella and the Columbus Blue Jackets blanket sweep us out of the playoffs for nothing. Um, that one hurt. That one hurt because that was the year where we thought, man, we're gonna win it. We're gonna win this thing. We're gonna win it. It was so bad, and this is why I respect the not just the Tampa Bay Lightning, and we're talking a lot of hockey. I don't care. You know why? Because there's nothing else to talk about. We just finished the Stanley Cup Finals, and I'm giving y'all a history lesson. Most of y'all know this if you're a hockey fan or even a Lightning fan. I'm just giving a little history lessons on the Lightning run up to this point, and then I'll end it with what I think is going from a future standpoint. But just to talk about the dynasty that they've really been on over the last 8 years. So Blue Jackets beat the brakes off of us, knock us out of the playoffs, sweep first round loss. The Tampa Bay Lightning organization, they didn't have to do this, but they did. Jeffrey Vinnick and the Lightning organization, they come out and they make a statement about the disappointment as a franchise to have the season that they had and get swept in the first round of the playoffs. It's a huge disappointment. They were apologizing to the fan base for not showing up in the playoffs. And I was like, man, you don't see that. You don't see that from a lot of franchises. This came, you know, you lose and get whooped in the playoffs like that. You don't hear from them for a little bit. But they came out like that. I think it was either that night or the next day. They made this statement, and at the end of that statement, they vowed, they promised that that's never happen again. That was they. This will never happen again. This is a sickening feeling that nobody in this organization likes, and we will make sure that this never happens again. That was 2018-2019 season. So, uh 2020, obviously, that was the bubble. The bubble season. They go in Stanley Cup, beat the Dallas Stars. We everybody's happy, everybody's excited, but Lightning like, it feels good, but it doesn't feel as good because we didn't win it in front of our fans. So the next season they come back, win the Stanley Cup again, 4-1 over the Montreal Canadiens. Now they do it in front of their home crowd. That's two more Stanley Cups for the Tampa Bay Lightning, 3 in the franchise history. And then they come back this year and they get back to the finals, lose to the Avalanche. So, a lot of people want to talk about dynasties, but I could go back. This is 2014 to today. That's 8 years. You've got 4 Stanley Cup Finals appearances. You have 2 losses in the conference finals, where you could have been to even 2 more Stanley Cup Finals. Then you got 1 year you didn't qualify, and then the first round sweep of the Blue Jackets. So if that's not, it's for hockey. This is the first time under the salary cap era that this has been accomplished. You have to put them in the conversation with the all-time greats when it comes to team accomplishment. Forget it. Organizationally, they're in that. You can't take that away from them. So to me, they're already a dynasty. What they've done over the last 8 years, nobody else in all of hockey has done this. So they are a dynasty in my eyes. So with all the people that's been, over the last week that's been commenting and saying we needed that third one to be a dynasty. No, you didn't. You didn't need the third one to be a dynasty. You already were. 31 other teams around hockey are trying to duplicate what the Lightning has been able to do over the last 8 years. That's including the team that just beat them. So we are a dynasty, and I think when it's all said and done, this run is not over yet. You know, we still have a young team. Our core, they're older players, but they're not old. They're still playing at a high level. If you throw in another Stanley Cup and another you know, Stanley Cup appearance with all of this in the next 3 years, that would be a run just like the runs that they talk about back in the 80s that the Rangers made with Messier. So for the Lightning fans that are listening, uh we'd be all right. We'll be all right, man. We'll be good. I stated off the you know, the injury list. For those that's listening on Bucks Life and YouTube, Twitch, Rat Pack Sports Show, Facebook. Um, you know, I went down the injury list for them to do what they did with that injury list and then come back. Uh, you know, you could clearly say we weren't playing that finals at full strength by no means. I mean, um it wasn't even we're probably playing at about 60-70% of what we of the our potential due to the injury. So again, I'm gonna, congratulate the Avs for doing what they did. They beat us fair and square. And the part of it is the war of attrition. Who's healthy at the right time. And the Avs were healthier. They were faster at times, and they played, 4 good games. And that's it. I'm not taking nothing away, from what they did. It's just the reality of the situation that uh the Lightning were playing with. There's no doubt why they can't come back next year or the year after that, because our organization is top notch and we got the best owner in all the sports in Jeffrey Vinnett. Yeah, all the sports. I mean just talking about NHL. We could throw in baseball. We could throw in basketball. We could throw in uh NFL. We can do that. We can do that. No, nobody's doing what Jeffrey Vinnett's doing. Prime, nobody. So, and that's where it starts at. Championship pedigree starts at the very top. You can look at all the elite organizations in each sport. Go down the list, and you'll never see anybody say anything bad about any of those owners. Any of them. Packers, Steelers, nothing but good things to say about all of them on the Patriots, Robert Kraft. I mean, they're even though it's been a few years that they've been, to the promised land or even came to that point of a conference championship. Even without Tom Brady, Patriots are still a team that people are talking about with making the playoffs and just maintaining that winning pedigree. And then you look at basketball, 80s in the Lakers, Celtics in the 80s, 90s, Bulls in the 90s, Greg Popovich, San Antonio Spurs, you know, the run they was on with Tim Duncan, Emmanuel Ginobili, and Tony Parker. I mean, those are dynasty organizations, man. And you can only put together that with the proper ownership that understands, hey, I'm gonna hire these people and then I'm gonna step out the way and allow them all the resources to be able to do what we need to do and stay out of it. If you're gonna be Jerry Jones, you're never going nowhere. You're never going nowhere. If you're a Cowboys fan, I'm gonna say the same thing, and it sucks. I don't, I'm just gonna tell you right now, if you're a Cowboys fan and you hear this, I'm just being real. Because the only way Jared Jones would not be a Cowboys owner is when he's not here anymore. And my uncle is a big time Raiders fan. And me and him used to say all the time, the Raiders ain't gonna be the Raiders ain't gonna be good until Al Davis get out of there. Because Al Davis he wanted his type of players. Al Davis wanted his type of players. And if you wasn't his type of players, you weren't being drafted. Al Davis loves speed. So to Al Davis, if you was fast, you could be a Raider. It didn't necessarily mean you was a good player, but if you was fast, you could be a Raider. And that's the type of players that he was bringing in. They weren't good players, they were just fast. So nothing was going to change as long as Al Davis was the owner. Fast forward, since Al Davis has passed and his son took over, the Raiders have actually been a really good franchise, a really good team. They've been able to put really good teams on the field. They've been able to build and develop the way that, teams need to be able to. I'm going to say the same thing about Dallas. That's the way Dallas going to be. But at the end of the day, man, if you're a Lightning fan, there's nothing to hang our head with this team, and there's nothing to doubt that next season or the year after that or the year after that they can't get back to this point. We're already a dynasty.
No, we're good. No, Tampa Bay Lightning, they're going to be fine.
Yeah. Hey, when Steven Eisenman came here from Detroit, that was probably that set everything off. That set the wheels in motion of what we currently see right now. And when Eisenman stepped down to leave to go back to Detroit in the bigger role, a lot of people was questioning if Julian, I think it's Brisebois, or however you say his name, Brisebois. I think that's how you say it. But a lot of people was doubting if Brisebois would be able to continue the run that Steve Eisenman started. Obviously, he's been able to continue that. So we're in good hands, man. We got a great GM. We got a great owner. And we got the right group of players for this franchise. So I don't see anything changing. I think, if anything, we are only going to get better and get stronger from this point. I did see some things in the playoffs that I didn't like from a defensive standpoint. But now with these injuries, I understand why. At sometimes, the defense looked a little bit suspect, tired. Just now I understand. But we'll get back. We'll get back, and I think they'll retool. And as I said before, I think you can put the Lightning in that conversation of if you're an NHL free agent and you're looking for that team that they have everything in place and You're just looking for that team that you can come to and help them get to that. Now I ain't gonna even say get over the hump because we've been to 3 straight Stanley Cup finals. But we just one of them players that you could be a piece to help them get back to the finals. We're we
Yeah.
we are a destination organization now. We're not the organization that have to overpay for players. We're not the organization that people look at and say, "Oh, Tampa Bay, I don't want to go there." We're we're that organization where if you're an NHL free agent and you we have a need at a position, you're gonna take a look at the Tampa Bay Lightning if that position is a position you play and the contractually it's possible. You're gonna take a look because I think a lot of players will want to come and be a part of this. We've seen over the last few years we got some veteran players on this team that uh with big integral parts of what we've been doing. And all came from other teams. And from those other teams that they came from, they were playing those very similar roles for those other teams. But now you come to a Stanley Cup champion and you can play that same role and get you a championship. I think that's what that's where we're at as an organization. So I don't think we're gonna have a problem filling holes if we need to, and getting better at some positions. The one only thing that I hope they figure out is the passing. I thought our passing was terrible the whole playoffs. We turned the puck over way too much, and because we turned the puck over too much, we put our defense at in bad position, and we also hang Vasilevsky out to dry, who is the best goaltender in all of hockey. I don't care uh what everybody else is saying about any other goalie in hockey. They're not better than Vasilevsky. Yeah, the guy that won what's that? What's the award for the top goaltender? Is it Vesna? I think it is. Um, so who I don't care who won that award this year. We know who the best hockey and all best goaltender and all of hockey is. It's the big cat. So as long as we got that dude in net, you're gonna always be in the games. And you know, when some goaltenders we look at and they have a great game and we say, "Oh, that guy's standing on his head." Vasilevsky standing on his head type of games happen almost every night. Now, when he really stands on his head, you're not scoring. You're not scoring. And the Avalanche was so good offensively. And after those first 2 games, Vasilevsky put the clamps on them. So we'll be all right, man. We'll be all right. But Boss Hawk was on, and he's got some weather issues. So he's gonna try to call back and when things clear up. But that's what was going on with all that static when he called in. Cause I was like, dude, that's a lot of static. It's a lot of static. But so he's gonna try to call back if things clears up before we go out the air. So that was I probably talk more That was like 2 hours for worth of NHL talk, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with. And another thing, this was something earlier that I was gonna say where I kind of got off of it, but another reason why I appreciate the NHL players, and it ain't just because these guys play through the craziest injuries as we've seen uh, already. After I read the injury report, but out of all the other professional sports we have, I feel like the NHL players represent their league better than anybody else. The tradition behind NHL is represented by their players more than any other sport professionally. Doesn't matter. And I'm talking NFL, NBA, baseball, all of it. Um, you rarely see these guys getting into off-season trouble. You rarely see these guys involved in a lot of the things that we see some of these other athletes get themselves involved in the off season, regular season, whatever it may be. Um, they respect the sport that much to where they know anything that they do, they're representing the NHL, and then they represent that name on the back of their jersey. But you're representing the NHL and the tradition behind the NHL hockey is you know those guys respect the brand too much to do anything to make the brand look bad. And if all of our professional sports carried that same attitude that the NHL players carry towards playing their sport, then we would be a lot better moving forward in our other sports. We wouldn't see half of the things that we see in our other sports if these guys cared as much about the league that they represent and the name on the back of their jersey opposed to what we see now. That's just my 2 cents. I've always felt that way about NHL players. They don't get involved in all of that extracurricular stuff in the off season. But we're gonna take a quick break, and once we come back from the break, me and William Graves will get into some other topics. We're talking a little bit of NFL, and we'll get into some NBA a little bit because there was a lot of movement today, after the draft. So, with that being said, we're gonna take a quick break. Come back on the other side, and we're gonna continue this show here live, Rat Pack Radio. This is Rat Pack Sports. We'll be back.
no more shitty bars. Live fast, die young, but I have just begun. I'm afraid to go away when no one knows my name. Dear God of rock and roll, just give me one more year. 127, but my work is not done here. Rock and roll, just what I have to say. Well, I think I paid my dues to see the day I turn 28. I live fast, I will die young. When I'm alone and down, all the bugs will make you feel, and you keep me still right here. Dear God of rock and roll, please don't let it happen to me. I'm 27, but I'm not yet ready to live.
All right. You're listening to Rat Pack Sports Show. WRPR Rat Pack Radio. We're in the building for another night of fun, sports talk, live. We're streaming on Facebook, Rat Pack Sports Show. We're streaming on Twitch, Rat Pack Sports Show. Also YouTube, and also Bucks Life. We'd like to welcome everybody in for another week. And we are back. I don't know why, man. Every time I hear that little intro, right there, man, it kind of get me going a little bit. So I gotta get into my my radio DJ mode, my smooth operator, quiet storm DJ. And no, my man Mike, my homeboy, my buddy Mike listening on YouTube. We do not play mainstream music on this station. If we did, I would open the show up with some Stevie B. William Graves, you know who Stevie B is, man?
Stevie D?
Stevie B.
No, can't say that I do.
Oh my gosh, man. You really don't know who Stevie B is? Okay, so you around the same age. You might be confused. How old are you, William? He don't want to tell nobody. So he's got to think about it. I mean, he's older than me. So maybe not by much. Maybe not by much, but we're around the same age group. And back in the 90s, the 90s was the era of dance music, techno, BPM, all that stuff. Well, Stevie B was was an artist. I would say singer. He was a singer, and
Oh, isn't he the one that did like didn't he do
you got to get one of these.
yeah, he do Crazy Bitch?
Who?
Crazy Bitch.
No, man. No, hold on. No.
Are you sure?
I'm almost positive, man. I don't even know. Hold on. Now I got to Google something. Hold on. We about to find out.
And he also did a song called Lit Up, right?
No. Stevie B.
Stevie D.
Stevie B. B as in boy. Stevie B. Stevie B. Look, I'm finna
Stevie B.
Yeah, man, Stevie B. You see, you can't hear when I play you can't hear when I play music from the web browser. I got to figure out a way to fix that, bro, cuz if you can hear what I was playing on the web browser, then
No. I'm sorry. I thought you said Stevie D. D as in dog.
no, Stevie B, man. B. Stevie B. Let me see if I can.
Okay. Now CBB. I've heard of him too.
I'm finna see if I can find something. Hold on. I can play 30.
Because did he do In My Eyes?
Yep. Hey, that's the song.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
that's my boy. you named the song right there. That was one of the more
Okay.
popular Stevie B songs. Boom.
Okay.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom.
Now he also had another good song called "I Want to Be the One" that I personally like.
I want to be the one, dude. I've been listening. All right, I want to be the one. I want to find something. See, you can't hear it though. You can't hear it, man. We got to fix that problem. It's some way that it's something in the settings that I have with Skype to where you can hear everything coming through the computer, but the web browser is when it's coming through the web browser you can't hear it, but you can hear it if it's coming through everything else. So I got to figure out, like, when I'm on the web browser and I play something that you can hear it, y'all can hear it. Yeah, because right now I'm going through the microphone, and I think I can fix it, but I don't want it to hang up on you. So it's a way I can do it. Let's see. Microphone, USB, line in. I think if I did, let me see something. If you stop hearing me, let me know because I'm still talking. But if you stop hearing me, let me know you can't hear me, so I can switch it back. So, can you hear me? Yeah. See, he can't hear me. I can hear him, but he can't hear me. Boom, 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 boom.
Can't hear you.
I knew it. All right, let me see. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like you in a tunnel, but yeah, I can hear you.
All right, so I'm gonna play something. I'm gonna play something on let me know if you can hear it. It's gonna be real quick because I can't play too much of it, but here we go.
No, I can't hear anything.
Dang, you can't hear it. I know somebody that was probably jamming to that though. Yeah, I'm gonna fix that. I just gotta figure out what I need to do to fix that issue because actually hold on. USB Realtek default communication device. Let me see something. And let me know if you can't hear me. Can you hear me? Oh my gosh, can you hear me? Man, that's kind of loud. Let me see something. I think I might have. Hold on.
Come on in, let's begin our love. I wanna be the one to give you your loving.
You can hear that? Yeah, that's Stevie B, man. That's Stevie B. I knew when you said that song. I knew that. Boy. But yeah, that got loud too. And now I got to turn that down. How do I turn? You know what I think I just did? What I've been trying to do the whole time. Isolate the Skype volume to where I could control that. Where is it? Let me see if I can turn it. Can you hear me? No, that ain't do nothing. What did I just do? Bro, I just did something. Whatever it was, it fixed it because now you can hear it and you can hear the web browser. So we won't have an issue like if you're on the Skype call and if Boss Hog is on the video, you're on the Skype, you guys can hear each other. So hopefully I think I just fixed that problem. So I guess I gotta turn this volume down a little bit. To I think I put it on that because in my end, bro, you sound like freaking loud as crap. I put it on 5. Cause now I don't know. Let's see. That's default communications. Let me see something. Can you hear me? See now the mute buttons don't even work. What did I do? What is that? Let me see. Maybe I must did. Try it again. I did it. I fixed it. I know what I just did. Yeah, boy. We good now. We good now. Hey, it took a while, but now I can adjust the volume individually for Skype, so I ain't got to turn everything down. Uh, I got it. I got it now to where it need to be at. So I'm good. Yep. So now I can just go back to here, and then I fixed that problem, bro. You don't understand. It took years for me to figure that out. And now I finally got it. I got it. I got it. Mm. Yeah, but yeah, yeah. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that you have faith that I can fix the problem. Yeah, yeah, it does. It does in a way, man. For a lot of years, um, our problems with freaking Skype, dealing with updates, and then we can't do the group call in because they just updated the app, and now we can't be all on the same group. I got to call you, got to hang up so Boss Hog can call in, and I got to turn around and call you back. And so, you know, that's the adventurous times of Skype. Too many. Hey, and I'm pretty sure that ain't it. It will be more. Uh, it be more. Let me do something real quick because my boy, since we uh got this on here now, well we can listen. So here we go. I only can play a little clip because of copyrights, but here we go.
You gotta believe there is something.
Yeah, see, you what you know that song too? Okay, that's what I'm talking about, man. That's hey, hey, check this. Okay, I got one better for you. Uh, August 12th at Emily Arena, Stevie B will be performing in the concert. You better get down here, man. Shoot, I can ask somebody. I can ask somebody to get him to check him out and see what there is. Oh, okay. Musical experience. Oh, he probably had a whole library. What? Really? Damn.
Or I couldn't tell you, but man, he started playing that, and man, I was hooked. Like, especially when he started playing "I Want to Be the One," I was like, oh man, okay, all right, and and uh, I've been listening to him ever since. But yeah, no, I was introduced to him a lot later in life, obviously. But man, that no, I can listen to some Stevie B. Now,
Nah,
do I know all of his songs? No,
that's
I
okay.
don't.
You ain't got to know all of them.
But man, look, the the guy knows what he's doing. Let's just leave it at that. And we man,
I got a whole library. Cause I got Spotify, so
oh yeah,
that
well,
man was still making music. Like that song there was off of like one of his earlier albums that was done.
hmm
But dude's still making music, man. Uh Crazy. He's still making music. But it's not bad. It's not the same. It don't sound the same as it did before, but um,
right.
still good.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
But yeah, I'll
Um,
find out if you want me to. I'll find out uh
man.
how much those tickets.
Well, I mean, you know what? I mean, I do have some PTO time, and I mean, I'm I really don't have uh really much coming up that I'm really going to be using it for. So I mean, I could hop down there for a weekend.
All right.
I mean,
I'm gonna let you know then.
I mean, because look, I can hop on an Allegiant flight and fly to Tampa for like $210.
Yeah, it's not that it's not that much at all.
210, uh, 210 for that. Freaking motel room for 3 days. Shoot, I can find a motel for $100 a night. So that's 500 plus the tickets. I'll just say about 100 for the tickets.
Yeah.
That's 600. Shoot, I could go down there
It's coming Friday night.
800. I'm
Ooh,
good.
that just scared the crap out of me, boy.
What?
No, this is old. I'm trying to figure out what is, let me see. And I guess I could probably find out. I'm finna find out for you right now. Stevie B. You probably like a big time concert, so it's probably a whole bunch of. I'm gonna just look it up on Ticketmaster. That'd be the easiest way to find it. Amalie Arena, August 12th. And okay, you know any of these other? Wow, this is a big lineup. Okay, so you got Stevie B, Lisa. I don't know TKA. Who is that? Who's TKA?
Who?
TKA. Yeah. See, I know who the cover girls are. The Jets, Sugar Hill Gang, Brenda K. Star,
the
Noel,
Sugar Hill Gang.
Lil Susie. I don't know who that is. Lisette Melendez, Connie, JJ Fad, and Jaya. That's the whole lineup.
Man, see, you could have just left said that Stevie B and the Sugar Hill Gang, and I'm good.
Let's see what tickets. Let me see what they cost. Oh, they ain't nothing. They ain't bad. Yeah, that's not bad at all. 40. Hold on. Lowest price 40.
What's that?
$40. $40 a ticket. That's the lowest ticket. That's the lowest ticket. So that look like, yeah, but them good. I don't want to be on the floor anyway. I wouldn't want to be on the floor anyway. So
Oh no.
shoot.
No, because on the floor you can't see anything.
Nah, you get in a club level. This thing about
Mm-hmm.
yeah, 40. Yeah, club level. Them the good seats. Them are the good seats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Them good seats with them good prices.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna put this link in the group so you can check them out.
All right.
Get my man.
I might have to fool around and come down to Tampa for a weekend. Damn almighty. See, man, that's what I miss about being in Tampa is getting to see is getting to see concerts like that, because I mean they come around Like, I mean, they'll come to Chicago, or they may even come over to like Notre Dame or something like that. Billy Joel was just at Notre Dame last weekend and everything, but they don't have the music coming through up here like they do in Tampa. And man, that is something that I miss.
Yeah, they almost every weekend, but especially like so far this summer, man, they had so many concert like big name artists from
Mm-hmm.
all genres. So that's a plus. But that should
Man.
be a nice that should be a nice one
And
there.
did you say the Jets were going to be in there also?
Yep, the Jets. It's a lineup, bro. I don't even realize. I mean, that's probably gonna be like a 3 4 hour type of deal because it's just too many people on that lineup.
Oh yeah, yeah. And you know that they're going to want to at least play. I mean, like three or four songs apiece.
Yeah, I mean, longest you know Stevie B plays the songs everybody want to hear. It. He better come out talking about some yeah new unreleased single, bro. I don't want to hear no unreleased music. You better just go back to Spring Love and rocking my body
Exactly.
and all that.
Hmm.
Bam, 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 bam.
Man. Mm-mm-mm. But man, you know what? I didn't even realize the Sugar Hill Gang was still around.
Yeah, I didn't realize they were still touring.
Man, Rapper's Delight. I said a hit. Man,
Yeah, it should be nice, man. Should be a good evening.
so you gonna go, Debo?
Yep.
Mm-mm-mm. And where's this gonna be at?
Amalie Arena.
Oh, okay. Mm-mm-mm.
Yep.
So so got a question for you,
What's up?
and it's football related. So all of this mess with Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns. Do you think that Cleveland could release him?
No, because from what I was hearing, they've already agreed, or are coming close to trading off Baker Mayfield. So and they talking about last time I heard it was Baker Mayfield to Seattle. That was
Uh,
the
well, I mean, the only two teams that I've heard anything about lately was Seattle and Carolina. But you know, there's a couple of we'll just call them, and I use the term very loosely,
yeah.
sports writers
Mm-hmm.
that are out there, and you know, and they're saying that they're hearing from the Browns organization that they may they may try to either um, renege the deal with Houston or just outright release Deshaun Watson. And I got to thinking about that. That's an awful lot of money that you're going to be carrying for a released player. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on that.
Well, we've been talking about this for a while now, and
Hmm.
I could have swore we spoke about the NFL and Roger Goodell coming out and saying that they spoke to Watson and all the parties all the parties involved, and that they weren't going to discipline him any further. So everything that I'm hearing coming out now about them possibly throwing in a season long suspension, uh it's kind of
Yeah.
like a head scratcher. So, and then now you know what you're talking about maybe Cleveland revoking the trade. Can you do that after the fact?
I mean, like I mean, I don't know. Um, yeah. I mean this entire thing has been, and you put it correctly, a head scratcher.
Because it went through the courts. We know that they had the ruling, and he was pretty much cleared. They couldn't prove anything. Um, and then after that, you had another few people come out, and then when those few people came out, all of a sudden it like fired the whole thing back up over again to where Goodell's talking about they're gonna go back and 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 revisit. I mean, you already pretty much you closed it. I mean, it went through the courts. They couldn't find nothing. They didn't find anything. Uh and it was said, I don't know if it was really said, but it was said that the Browns had spoke with the NFL in the office, and they were saying he would not be disciplined any further. I mean, he already missed like a whole year because of all this stuff. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's definitely, like I said,
Yeah. Well,
it's definitely a head scratcher. I'll tell you that.
I mean, like I don't know. And I've been saying this all along. Stuff to me, it just don't add up.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't add up. And to me, um, I don't see how they could. I mean, the NFL they could do anything they want, but it wouldn't. To me, it'd be a bad, precedence. Well, I mean, he did do the same thing with the Ray Rice situation. So um, nothing was gonna come about it until that video got released. Once that video got released, everything went to full tilt from that point forward. Um, we'll see what come out of it, but hopefully, you know, that man can get back to playing football, and all this stuff kind of like blow over because I know it's tiresome on him, and I don't know what to believe. I mean,
I don't think anybody really knows
And then some of
exactly.
some of the details of what was going on and how it was being explained. It just I don't I don't understand.
Well, like I said, I mean, just the the stuff that really has me just kind of raising my eyebrow is all the stuff going on now with releasing him to Texans getting trades taken away because of this and or draft picks because they had information or this or that. I'm like, you mean to tell me you guys didn't do this type of investigation before all this happened?
They should have. That's the thing. They should have. But if they didn't, that's on them. That's their fault. That's not Washington's problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, it's just very odd. So, what else? What else you got, Debo?
I don't know, man. My focus the last few weeks been solely on hockey, so I haven't
Yeah.
I got to catch back up on everything else, but that's pretty much about it. I mean, next week we could
Right.
we could start getting into like off season workouts. I think OTAs start for some teams. So we'll get into that. We'll get into um, next week we'll probably have Nicholas Lane on with us, so we'll get into some NBA talk and Boss Hog. As long as he's not uh, doing hot yoga, he should be good to come in next week as well. So, but as far as this week, that's about it, man. I just really want to talk a lot about the Lightning and get that,
Oh yeah.
because what they did this season was rare air. You won't see that a whole lot, in the NHL due to the salary cap. They have to navigate different, just like every other sport. So,
Right.
what you got any other questions, man? Before we head out, because I'm hungry, bro. I gotta get
No,
something to
man.
eat, boy.
Just like you, just kind of getting down off of that hockey high, I guess you could say, and everything like that. Starting to shift my focus, like you said. NFL does have OTA starting. I mean, we do got baseball going on and everything like that, and couple of trades and stuff like that have happened in the NBA.
Yeah.
Just the normal stuff.
Yeah. Well, then, next week we'll get back. We'll get back to some normal stuff and start getting up towards the NFL season, preseason. Fantasy wise, we'll start diving deep into that heading into camp. So as far as this week though, man, it's gonna be a wrap for us over here. And appreciate everybody tuning in and listening to us tonight. Want to give mad respect and props to the Lightning. So I'm wanting to make this show more about hockey than normally what we would do from our format. So with that being said, for myself, Mr. William Graves, Boss Hawk, Sean Naylor, Nicholas Lane, left field correspondent, Tara, everybody at the Rat Pack, man, we appreciate all y'all tuning in and listening to us. We appreciate everybody that's listening on Twitch, Bucks Life, Rat Pack Sports on YouTube, and also my main page as well. So, with that being said, we're gonna get out of here for this week, and we will see you guys on the flippity flip. This is a Rat Pack Sports Show. We're signing out for Wednesday night. We will see you guys next time. We got to get out of here. Peace.